warrior is a jack of all trades when it comes to weapons. They can use swords, axes, and maces equally, and aren't afraid to use their fists if disarmed. Warriors rely on their heavy armor and shield to protect them against even the hardest hits from the biggest enemies in the game. The warrior doesn't believe in magic or alchemy, but thanks to his high health pool and thick armor, he rarely even needs to rest between fights, let alone heal during one. The warrior was a mercenary in the employ of the Stormcloaks, but when Ulfric was captured by Imperial forces, the payments stopped. This led to an altercation between himself and one of his superiors that ended in bloodshed. If he were any other man, this would have meant execution, but everyone in the camp feared the warrior, and they allowed him to simply walk away. He soon discovered that there was an endless opportunity in Skyrim as a freelancer. He could do small jobs for peasants and jarls alike, and he could rely on his intimidation factor to ensure that he always got paid. Plus, no one cared if he kept a few trinkets from those he ended. He was dangerously close to turning paid assassin, but what little honor he still had kept him just inside the line of legality.
I can take you. Can't wait to die. Enough! Victory is yours!
I smithed myself a set of Nordic carved armor and had it enchanted with Fortify Health, Fortify Stamina, Fortify Block, and Fortify One-Handed with the Honed Metal mod. If you don't or can't use that mod for any reason, then you can achieve even better results by purchasing pre-enchanted ebony armor when you get up to around level 40 to 42. I also wore a ring and necklace of Fortify Stamina since I put all of my stat levels into health. Finally, I smithed a Nordic sword, war axe, and mace to match my armor. Okay, let's take a look at the perks that I've chosen for the warrior. So we'll start with one-handed, I guess. The warrior is sort of a jack of all trades. They can use swords, axes, maces, even hand-to-hand. So I didn't go too far up the trees. I just went into each of the trees. So we got 2 points for the bleed damage on the axes, 2 points for the reduced attack damage on the swords, and 2 points for the reduced armor rating on enemies with the mace. In light armor, as I said, it just got a couple of points in Iron Fist so that we have a backup just in case we get disarmed. Block, I went through Deflect Arrows and Dominion to massively increase my survivability while blocking. 2 points in timed block and block runner so that I can move it at full speed with my shield raised. Also went up Poke the Dragon and Apocalypse Proof for a little bit of defense against magic. Heavy armor, obviously the most perked skill in this playthrough. I will go up this side first, I guess. Basically just more armor. This gives you, when the enemy attacks you, you gain armor, and the effect stacks, which is quite nice indeed. So as your battle goes on, your armor rating actually goes up. Extra melee damage when this activates. Take less damage from power attacks. This basically is just magic resistance. elemental resistance. And this one, you take less and less damage as your health decreases. Battle Weary, making it harder for them to attack, reduces attack damage as their stamina declines. Armor weighs less. Immune to basic melee weapon perks, and also take less damage by any enemies that are affected by those perks. We'll go up to Rise Above. You intimidate enemies. I never actually used this, so if you oh, sorry, I was thinking about this one. I never got up to Primal Fear, where you walk towards enemies and they cower in fear, basically. I didn't get to that, but Rise Above reduces their attack damage and increases your attack damage because they're intimidated. When you're struck by a power attack or power bash, you then deal more damage. When struck by an attack, subsequent attacks are deflected. If wearing all armor, you take 75% reduced damage from attacks for 1 second. And Face of the Mountain, you saw this activate once in the gameplay footage against one of the giants. It fell down because when he hit me and he got knocked down. So that was pretty cool. Smithing, of course, needed to level up my gear. So I went with Arcane Blacksmith because I wanted enchanted gear and got the Advanced Workshop. And that I spent that on my armor rather than my weapons. And just went up to Expert Smithing so that I could make some Nordic weapons and armor.